So here we are going to discuss about different operators in C program. So before we start with the operators, we should know what operator is. If we want to perform any particular operation, that operation is performed on operand. For example, if I say that we have to perform an addition operation, that is S equals to A plus B. Okay. So in this equation, this A, B and S, these are basically called operands. A and B, these two will be called source operand because we are going to perform the operation on A and B, and the data and the value of A and B the user is going to provide, and after performing this addition operation the result will be stored in S variable. So that is called destination operand. Okay, so that means the operation is performed on the source operand, and after performing the operation the result is being stored into the destination operand. Now number of source operand, number of destination operand completely depends on the operation that we are going to perform. But if I say that we are going to perform an operation, but here operands are present, A and B, these are the source operand and S is the destination operand. But what operation is going to be performed and on which we are going to perform the operation, where the result will be stored. So these operands, which is source, which is destination, or what process we are going to perform on this, that we cannot define from the name of the operands only. The operation, to perform the operation, we have to mention a specific operator. That means we want to perform addition. Addition is operation. Now how we will represent? So for that, this sign should be there. And after performing the addition operation, the result, we have to assign in this variable. The result need to be stored into this variable. So this store, this assignment is also another operation. So for that, equal to sign is required. That means using this plus sign and using this equal to sign, we can represent that what operation is going to be performed. So this two is called operator. Okay. So this is called the operator. Now in C programming we have different types of operators are there. We will discuss one by one. First, number one operator is arithmetic operator. The first one is arithmetic operator. From the name it is very much clear. The operators using which we can perform different types of arithmetic operation is called arithmetic operator. So what kind of arithmetic operation we can perform? That is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. So these are the basically arithmetic operator through which we can perform different types of arithmetic operation. Now here I want to mention another point, the difference between division and the modulus. The difference between division and modulus. So in a very small example, if I give a very small example to differentiate this division operation and modulus operation, because addition, subtraction, multiplication, that we all know how to perform. Now here, in case of division and modulus operation, basically what we do, for example, if we want to perform 7 divided by 2. So here we are using the division operator. As you can see, this is the division operator. This is our division operator. This is our division operator. So here we are using 7 divided by 2. Now if I say the result is an integer value, the result will be an integer value or it may be a float value, whatever it is. So if I consider only integer value, then the result will be 3. The result will be 3. And if I perform modulus operation on that same, that's 7 mod 2. So here we are performing basically modulus operation. But here we will get the result 1. What does it mean? It means that if I divide 7 by 2, if I divide 7 by 2, then the result will be 3 and the remainder will be 1. The result will be 3 and the remainder will be 1 in case of integer. So this is 3, this is 1. Okay. So you can see that the division is basically representing the result and the modulus is basically representing the remainder. Okay. So that is the difference between division and modulus operation. So these are all about the arithmetic operator. Now we are coming to the next one. Number 2. Assignment operator. Okay. So assignment operator means that already we have discussed that A is equal to A plus B. So using assignment operator, basically we can assign value to a particular variable. It may be a numeric value, it may be a float type value, it may be a character value, or we can transfer a value from one particular variable to another variable also. How? I will show. For example, we have a variable A. We have variable A. Now if I write A equals to 10, if A is integer, if A is float, we can write A equals to 10.25. Okay. As well as we can assign character also. Or another way is that we can write A equals to B. It means that if it is our main memory, so whenever we have declared a variable A, in memory we have allocated a particular address to this variable A. We have allocated a particular location for this variable A. Now if I write A equals to 10, then 10 will be stored into that particular memory location. If I write 10 equals to A equals to 10.25, that value will go to here. Okay. And A equals to B, that means there are two variables, one is A, another one is B. And for both the variable, we have two separate locations. This is the location for A, this is the location for B. Now if I write A equals to B, that means from B, the value will be transferred to A. In that way, we can transfer or move a value from a particular variable to another variable. So this is all about the assignment operator, using which we can assign a value to a variable or move a value from one variable to another variable. Number 3. That is bitwise operator. Number 3 is bitwise operation. So all the operators, the need or the purpose of the operator is completely depending on the name. You can define it from the name. So bitwise operator. So from the name it is very much clear, to perform bitwise operation we can use this bitwise operator. Now what are the different bitwise operations we can perform? As we all know, logic gates. So in logic gate, basically what we can perform is logical AND operation, logical OR operation, logical NOT operation. Not only this, we can perform right shift operation, we can perform left shift operation. So all these logical operation we can perform by using this bitwise operator. So if I want to perform a bitwise AND operation, then we will use this operator. So if I write A and B, so it will perform bitwise AND operation. That means, for example, the value of A is this 1010. That is the binary value of A, and binary value of B is 0110. Just I am giving an example. So this is the value of A and B. Now if I perform this operation A and B, so it will perform bitwise AND operation on these two variables. So how it will be done? AND operation, as we all know, that it will perform first AND between these two bits. Okay. Then it will perform AND operation between these two bits. Then it will perform AND operation between these two bits. Then in between these two bits. So it is performing bitwise operation from less significant bit to most significant bit. Okay. First it will start the operation from the less significant bit and it will move towards the most significant bit gradually, and it will perform the operation bitwise. So 0 0 AND operation, 0 0 is 0. Okay. In AND operation, 1 1 is 1, 1 0, 0, again 1 0, so 0. So as you can see, we are performing basically AND operation of individual bit 0 0, AND operation, the result is 0. 1 1 AND operation, the result is 1. 1 0 AND operation, the result is 0. 1 0 AND operation, the result is 0. So this is the ultimate result that we are getting after performing this A and B operation. Okay. So in that way we can perform OR operation, we can perform NOT operation, we can perform right shift operation, we can perform left shift operation. Okay. So different types of operators are there for. So this is OR operator, this is NOT operator. Okay. This is the shifting operators. Okay. So these are the all bitwise operator using which we can perform different types of bitwise operation in C programming. Now this is all about the bitwise operator. Now we are coming to the fourth operator. Very important, conditional operator. So conditional operator means using this we can execute a statement depending on a condition. We can execute a statement depending on a condition. For example, first I will represent by using a flowchart, then I am coming to the conditional operator. So here is my condition. In flowchart already we know, using in that way we can represent the condition in the flowchart. So this is my condition. Now every condition has two probability. Either the condition will be true or the condition will be false. So basically two probabilities there. Now this is the two wing. This wing is for true and this wing is for false. Okay, so that means if the condition is true, then the statement here, that is for example statement 1, and here we have statement 2. Statement 2. Now if the condition is true, then the flow of the program will be this. Okay, so statement 1 will be executed and statement 2 will be skipped, that will not get executed. And if the condition is false, just the opposite will happen. That means the flow will be this. So statement 2 will get executed and statement 1 will be skipped. So that means two statements we have. One is statement 1 and another is statement 2. But both the statements we are not executing. Either statement 1 will be executed or statement 2 will be executed. Now which statement will be executed, that is depending on this condition. So this type of situation, this type of scenario we can represent by using conditional operators. Okay. Now how we can represent it, and I will give a practical example of that also. So basically we have these three components. One is the condition, another one is a true statement, another one is a false statement. That means if the condition is true, then true statement will execute, and if the condition is false, then the false statement will be executed. Now here, how we will differentiate that which one is condition, which one is true statement, which one is false statement. So here we are using this question mark, and here in between true statement and false statement we are using this colon. So this is basically called the conditional operator. This question mark and the colon is called the conditional operator. And how we can represent it is like this, that first we write the condition, after that we provide a question mark, then we write the true statement, then we provide the colon, then we write the false statement. So what will happen? First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then this true statement will be executed. And if the condition is false, then true statement will not get executed. It will directly come to the false statement. Okay. So first it will verify the condition. Depending on the condition, it is true or false, it will decide that which statement is to be executed and which statement is to be skipped. Okay. So I am giving another example of this, how we can do it. For example, we have a number n. Now we have to decide this number is odd or this number is even. Okay. If the value of n is 6, easily we can say it is a even number. And if the value of n is 7, then easily we can say it is an odd number. Now how we can decide that it is an odd number or it is an even number? Basically we have a condition for that. What is the condition? If the number n is divisible by 2, then we can say it is an even number. And if the number is not divisible by 2, we can say it is a odd number. Okay. So if I represent the flowchart first, the flowchart will be like this. The flowchart will be like this. First here we will write the condition. So what the condition is, that is number is n. That we are verifying the remainder. Okay, if a number is divisible by 2 or not, how we can decide? If after performing the division operation, if the remainder is 0, we can say it is a divisible number. And after performing the division operation, if the remainder is not equal to 0, then we say it is a not divisible number. So here we are basically going to check that n mod 2 is equals to 0 or not. Okay, is 0 or not. So here we are verifying that after performing the division operation, what remainder we are getting. If I say the value of n is equals to 6, if the value of n is equals to 6, then if I perform this operation, so it will be 6 mod 2. It will be 6 mod 2. Okay. And what is the remainder? Because mod is representing remainder. So in case of 6 mod 2, obviously the remainder will be 0. And if the value of n is 7, and if I perform 7 mod 2, then obviously the remainder will be 1. Okay, so here we are verifying that the remainder is 0 or not. So as you can see, when after performing this modulus operation, if the remainder is 0, that means we can say it is a even number or it is a divisible number. And after performing this, if the remainder is 1, in case of 7, when the remainder is 1, easily we can conclude that the number is not divisible by 2 or it is a odd number. Okay, so if it is true or false, then what we will do? True, and here it is false. Okay, so if it is false, that means here in this case it is false. You can see not equals to 0, it is equals to 1, that is not equals to 0, so it will be a odd number. So print n is odd. Okay, and if it is true means in this it is, you can see that the result is 0. And we are verifying that the result is 0 or not. So that means it is true. After performing the modulus, we are getting 0. It is true. So in case of true, it will be a even. N is a even number. Okay. So that is my flow chart. How we can decide a number n that is even or odd number. Okay. Now this we have to represent in the form of condition operator. So we have identified that this is my condition that already we have identified. We have identified the false statement and we have identified the true statement also. So these three components we have already identified. What my condition is, what my true statement is and what my false statement is. Now what we have to do? We have to just place the condition, true statement and false statement in right order by using the conditional operator. Then it will become, or it will, if we execute, we will get the correct result. Okay. So what will you do? So this is my statement. Okay. So this is the condition. This is the condition. This is the true statement. And this is the false statement. So it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will print even. And if the condition is false, it will print odd. So it will decide that what it has to print, even or odd. Because a number cannot be even and odd at a time. Either the number is even or the number is odd. So this type of either or situation we can represent by using this conditional operator. Okay. So that is all about the conditional operator. Now in conditional operator we can use multiple condition, because here we are executing a particular statement depending on one condition only. Now it may happen execution of a statement depending on multiple conditions. So that also we can do using conditional operator. For that we need to take help of some other operators also, that I am coming gradually. Okay. Fifth one is relational operator. In relational operator, basically from the name again it is very much clear that by using this operator we can establish relation between different variables. We can establish relation between different variables. For example, we have two variables, A, another variable is B. Now what is the probable relationship between these two variables? So lots of probabilities there. Either the value of A is greater than B, or the value of A is less than B, or the value of A is equals to B, or the value of A is not equals to B. Okay. So in that way, or greater than equals to, less than equals to, in that way lots of relationship is there. So by using this relation operator we can establish the relation between different variables. For example, if I say this, that means A is greater than B. If I say A this, that means A is less than B. If I say this, that means A is equals to B. If I say this, A is not equals to B. In that way we can write if A is greater than equals to B, if A is less than equals to B. Okay. So these are the different relational operators. This greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equals to, not equals to. So these all are relational operators using which we are establishing relationship between two variables. Right. Now here one thing I want to mention, if you look at this relational operator, you will get that here we are using for greater than, we are using A greater than B. Now what is the difference between A equals to B and A equals to B, because this is relation operator just we are discussing, and when we have discussed assignment operator, that I have shown. So this is basically the assignment operator. This single equals to is called assignment operator, that already we have discussed, and this double equals to is called relational operator. Okay, so when we are going to assign some value in a particular variable, or if we want to move a value from a particular variable to another variable, then we are using this single equals to. And when we are establishing, we are verifying a relationship that the value of A is equals to B or not. If we are verifying this, then we are using relational operator, that is double equals to. So basically this is the difference between equals to and double equals to. The use of relational operator, we use the relational operator within the condition. We use the relational operator within the condition. That just I have just shown in condition of n mod 2 equals to 0. That was the condition I have written in the previous program, where we are discussing a number is even or odd. So here you can see we are using this double equals to. Why we are using double equals to? Because here we are verifying that after performing this operation, modulus operation, what result we are getting, that is equals to 0 or not. So it will compare that it is equals to 0 or not. Okay, so that we are using inside the as a condition, inside a condition. So relational operator is basically used as a condition. It may be greater than, it may be less than, it may be not equals to, whatever it is. Relational operators are used as condition. Okay, so that is the difference that we have to, that is very important, that difference between single equals to and double equals to. If if you write it as a statement that A equals to B, it will never perform any assignment operation on B variable. For assignment you have to use this. Okay, so that we have to do.
So here already I have some pre-written programs that will, through which I will discuss some operators that we have discussed. So first so this is the program that will differentiate the modulus operation and the division operation that we have discussed theoretically. So I am using here some online compiler that is available, online compiler which you need not to install your machine also. So just using the online compiler I am going to execute the program. So this is my program that you can see. I have taken the variables x, the value is 7, variable y with value is 2, and then I have taken d variable for the division and m variable for the modulus operation. So d is equal to x by y and m is equal to x mod y. Okay, and then I print the value of d and m. Now if I just execute the program, so here you can see the output is, for d variable we are getting 3 as the output, and for m variable we are getting 1 as the output. So that we have already discussed, that d is a division that will show the result, and m that will show the remainder. So if I divide 7 by 2, then the result will be 3 and the remainder will be 1. That's why we are getting the value 3 in d and the value 1 in m. Now another thing that I want to show you, that the value of d, that is integer. We have taken d as an integer, x and y all are integer. That's why in d we are getting 3, not 3.5. Now if I convert this x, this variable, into float type, the variable y also in float type, and the variable d also in float type, so in that case we are not going to get any remainder basically, because so I just print the value of d here. So now let me execute the program. So here you can see I have just same thing, d will store the result, division result, and we have taken all the variables as a float variable. Now if I execute it, sorry, it should be %f, that's why the result is not coming. So now if I execute it, Yes, here you can see. Now the value of D is 3.5. The value of D is 3.5. Previously it was only 3 because we have taken D as an integer type variable, and when we have taken it as a float type variable, it becomes 3.5. So that is the difference between division and modulus operation. Division store the result and the modulus store the remainder. Next we are going to discuss conditional operator, that also we have discussed theoretically, and we have discussed the program of even and odd number, that already I have written. Just let me copy it here. Okay. So this is the program for even and odd. So I have taken the value of n as 8. So as we know, 8 is an even number. Just we have to verify that through programming that the input that we have taken, it is even and odd. So as I have said, first we write the condition using conditional operator. Then we provide the question mark. After that we write the true statement. That means if the condition n mod 2 is equals to 0, that means if I divide n by 2 and the remainder that we are getting, that is equals to 0, then it will become true condition, and when it is true it will print the even, and if the value of the remainder is not equals to 0, then it will be false condition, then the false statement will get executed. So that is the way how we are representing the conditional operator in programming language. So here I am showing it practically also. So let me execute it. So here you can see we are getting the result even, because 8 is a even number. So if I divide 8 by 2, so obviously the remainder will be 0. And the condition will be true. So it is printing the true statement, which is even. Now if I just take n as 7, not 8. Okay. So let me see what happens. So now it is odd, it is printing odd. That means if I divide 7 by 2, the remainder will be 1. Which is not equals to 0. So that means the condition become false. And when the condition become false, then the false statement is being executed. So that is the way how we represent the conditional operator. I will show this through another example also. So here I have taken two number A and B. The value of A initially we have taken 10 and the value of B initially we have taken 15. Now we have to find out which one is the largest number, either A or B is the largest number. Okay. So for that, here we are writing A greater than B. So greater than is a relational operator that already we have discussed, and I have said that relational operator basically we use in condition. The relational operator we are using in condition. So here also we are using this relational operator greater than as condition. Now if A greater than B, the condition is true, that means easily we can say A is the largest number. And if the condition is false, that means B is the largest number. So we have written it in that way. The true statement is A is largest, and in the false statement place we have written B is largest. So let us execute the program and see the output. So here you can see it is printing B is largest. Why B is largest? Because we have taken the value of B is 15 and A is 10. So the condition become false, because it is actually the 10 greater than 15. 10 greater than 15. And so this is false. 10 is not greater than 15. This is false. So as this is false, it executes the false statement. Now if I change the value of 10 to 20, change the value of 10 to 20. Now what the condition is? The condition is 20 in place of A greater than 15. So this is actually the condition, A greater than B. So that is value of A is 20, value of B is 15. So 20 greater than 15. So obviously the statement is true. 20 is always greater than 15. So when the statement is true, it should execute the true statement block, that is A is largest, and that is the correct answer. So let us execute and verify we are getting the correct output or not. Yes, here we are getting A is largest. Okay. So that is how we are basically using the conditional operator in different problems to solve different problems using conditional operator.